Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Think Different Television. Okay, today we're going to do the Pythagorean theorem and its converse. So we're kind of doing like the opposite of the Pythagorean theorem. We're kind of doing it backwards. What does that mean? Well, copy this down, make your paper look like mine. If the sum of the squares of the measures of the two shorter sides of a triangle equals the square of the measure of the larger side, then it is a right triangle. So what we're doing here is we're basically saying, is this a right triangle? That's what you have to figure out. Because unless it has the little steppy step right here, you cannot assume that that's a right angle. Even though it might look like it, you can't assume it. So in order for that to be true, you have to use the Pythagorean theorem. So do the two legs, a squared plus b squared, equal, question mark over the equal sign, c squared? Is that true? So like if you had this, 3, 4, 5, write that in. Is that a right triangle? So this is what you have to do. So you say, okay, so the Pythagorean theorem has to be true. So that means I have to do 3 squared plus 4 squared, the two shorter sides, right? Because the longest side is obviously going to be the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always c, right here. Does that equal, question mark over the equal sign, 5 squared? That's what you're trying to figure out. And if this is true, if it does equal, then it's a right triangle. If it doesn't, no, that's somewhat, that's like 91 or 89 or 92 or 90.1. It's not exactly 90. That's what we're trying to figure out. Okay, so let's see. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared, 4 times 4 is 16. 5 squared is 25. Okay. 9 plus 16 is 25. Yeah, 25 equals 25. Ding, 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 ding. So this is a right triangle right there because the Pythagorean theorem is true for that one. Okay. So how might this look when we see it? Okay. Example 1. Does this form a right triangle? And you just have the three sides, 30, 40, and 50. That's all you have. So you can draw a picture if you want, or know that this is A, this is B, this is C. C is always the longest side. So even if it written down the problem like this, my bad. The problem was written like this. Even though it's written like this is not A, B, and C. No. This is always going to be C because it is the biggest side. So usually they write it from least to greatest, but if they don't, always know that the biggest side is always C, and the two smaller sides are A and B. It doesn't matter what order, okay? So in this case, we have 30 and 40 as A and B. So does A squared plus B squared equal C squared in this context? I don't know. So that would be 30 squared plus 40 squared. Does that equal 50 squared? I don't know. Okay, calculator. You can do the calculator if you want. 30 squared plus 40 squared. Equals 25, honey. 50 squared. Also 25, honey. Boom. This is a right triangle, so yes. A triangle with sides 30, 40, and 50 is a right triangle. Boom. There you go. Okay. Now let's do another one. Let's do this one. Ooh. This looks tough. So 10, 10 radical 3, and 20. So just to make sure, 10 radical times radical 3 is 17. So that would mean 20 is the biggest side, so this is going to be C. So this is A, this is B. Or it could be BA, doesn't matter. So I'm going to set it up. So does 10 squared, A squared, plus 10 radical 3 squared, does that equal 20 squared? I don't know. Okay. So 10 squared, 10 times 10 is 100. Now with this, how do you do this? Well, this is, write this down with me, 10 radical 3 times 10 radical 3. Because when you square something, you multiply by itself, right? This is 10 times 10. which is 100, this is going to be 10 radical 3 times 10 radical 3. Well, radical 3 times radical 3, when you multiply a radical times itself, radical 3 times radical 3 is just 3. Radical 5 times radical 5 would be 5. Radical 10 times radical 10 is 10. So whenever you have a radical times a radical, it equals just what's inside the radical. And then 10 times 10 is 100. So what this problem is actually 100 times 3, which is 300. Okay. 20 times 20 is 400, I believe. Let's double check. Oop, that's not how you do it. 20, one button, 400. There you go. Okay. Does 100 plus 300 equal 400? Yeah, it does. 400 equals 400? Check. Yes, a triangle with sides 10, 10 radical 3, and 20 is a right triangle. Practice doing that because you have to do that for the EOC. You have to justify your answer, show your work, etc. So it's good to practice those things. Okay, now, you try. Example 3. Ready, set, go. All right, see if you got it. So obviously 9 is the biggest, so that's going to be C. The C is the hypotenuse, presumably, if it's a right triangle. So it's 6 squared plus 8 squared. Does that equal 9 squared? I don't know. 36 plus 8 squared is 64 equals 81. 36 plus 64 is 100. Uh-oh. And does not equal. So 100 does not equal 81. So no, 6, 8, and 9. Sorry, a triangle with sides 6, 8, and 9 is not a right triangle. Could be an acute triangle, could be an obtuse triangle, but it's not a right triangle. It doesn't have a right angle. Okay, example 4, try this one. Go. Ooh, all right, let's try it. So obviously 5/7 is bigger, so 3/7 squared plus 4/7 squared. Does that equal 5/7 squared? Okay, so 3/7 would be 3/7 times 3/7, like that. So this squared equals that. So 3 times 3 is 9. 7 times 7 is 49. So you just square the numerator and denominator, right? So this is 4/7 times 4/7, which is 4 times 4 is 28. 7 times 7 is 49. What's this going to be? Yeah, 25/49. Because 5 squared, 5 times 5, and then 7 times 7, just like we did before. Notice the patterns. Okay, so we have the same denominator here. Cool, so all we're doing is adding the numerators. So 9 plus 28 is going to be 37/49 plus 25/49. Is that true? 37/49 equals 25/49? No. So no, a triangle with sides 3/7, 4/7, and 5/7 is not a right triangle. Because the Pythagorean theorem does not hold true for that. All right, last one, example 5. Try this one. Remember what I said about radicals? Go. All right, let's try it. So obviously this is going to be C because the radical 13 is bigger. So this is A and B. So radical 5 squared plus radical 12 squared equals radical 13 squared. Is that true? That has to be true. Let's see. So we talked about this before with the Pythagorean theorem that radical and square are opposites. So that means that this goes away. So it's just 5. Because this is radical 5 times radical 5, which is just 5. What's this? Just 12, right? What's this? Radical 13 times radical 13. The square and the square root are opposites, so they just goes away, and you have 13. 5 plus 12 is 17. Nope, that does not equal 13. So, we got no's for all these. No, no, no. Okay. No. Yes is for the first page. No for the second page. No, a triangle with sides radical 5, radical 12, and radical 13 is not a right triangle. Boom. Okay, good. Nice job. Go on to the practice now. Good work.